So Jay, all of your fans are out here in the stands. What do you have to say to your fans first and foremost?
First off, what up, fam? How y'all doing?
They love you. I'm excited to have you here today.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the decision as well. So I think the world, not just your fans, the world wants to know.
Yeah.
Who are you choosing today?
You know, after long deliberation and just really thinking about it, I want to go with. I just want to go with someone that feels natural to me, someone that feels like family, something that feels right. Believe it or not, it wasn't a hard decision. I'm just going to go with.
Hey, what's going on, Jay? How you feeling?
Nice to meet you, man.
You as well.
Hey, guys.
This is Ben.
Jay.
This is Bianca.
Jay, nice to meet you.
It's our media team here, so all of the content that you see, that's shot, that they produce all of it. Welcome to the office.
Like it.
Yeah, first and foremost, we got this about 2 years ago. But this is our very first one. We got it when it was like a shell. And you look it up on Google, none of this was here.
Word.
We ended up redeveloping the property. We got it, I think, for like 180. Then they had to put another like 200K into it.
What, the whole building?
Yeah, the whole building, yeah. And then we redeveloped it, turned the commercial space. Then we got the two spaces up there. But the best part about it was that the traffic. I would more so suggest being on a block that's very busy, if you can find one.
I got
we got special and found a corner spot, but that's maybe not always the case.
So, bro.
A lot of times, even if we didn't find this, I mean, that's really good too. Like right here inside of a more of like a strip mall area, you probably could do something like that as well, because that, you know, it's still busy. You know, you got a mask? Yeah, because they not gonna. They ain't gonna let me in without a mask. A really urban and home vibe is our blueprint.
Home run.
Yep. And we keep going back here. Hey, how are you? This is my mom here.
Hi, Mama. How are you? Pleasure to meet you.
One of the things that we train on that's very important is that follow through. Teaching every page matters. We're like, we literally, and this is something I trained on for 2 years with all of our licensees, that every page matters. Like every page you should be explaining to the client, and they should be walking away smarter than when they came in. Because when that happens now, they look at that experience compared to when I walked into the other place, I felt, I don't even know what happened, you know?
So how long does it technically take to do a, almost call it a session? Like if I'm getting my taxes done, what's a generic amount of time?
Now that depends on what exactly are they getting. If you say something like a basic tax return, right? From beginning to end in about 30 minutes.
Okay.
You know, at the most 40 if they're asking questions. If they are, because again, you're sending them down and you're talking about taxes, but what you should also be talking about is the planning for the next year. So when I wrap up, it's like, okay, I've seen certain things. They may start talking about a business that they thought about, or Alicia, what can I do as far as maximizing my refund, or how can I lower my tax liability if they owe. So it's kind of telling them the other services that you can offer, you know, to them as well. So
It's completely opposite of what I've seen.
it may extend past the 30 minutes, but at the same time, you want to make sure you add more value.
So this is our corporate location. Nice. This is our corporate location. We actually just redesigned this in December. So we just redesigned this in December.
You guys?
I'm not that great. So we just redesigned it in December. Before our content studio, we just had in April. Van and Bianca sat over here. But what ended up happening was we were getting so loud because we were creating so much video content. They kept getting upset at us because they're like, hey, we're on the phones, because they more so handle a lot of the calls as far as life insurance. You got potential franchisees and et cetera. They're on the phones all day.
Yeah.
We're loud as heck, so they're like upset. So we had to find a content studio to be able to use.
Yeah.
So this is where a lot of the corporate stuff is done here.
That's my
Yeah,
baby.
we designed it.
No, I'm excited. I got this. I got this. I didn't sign up because of the business. I told that I signed up because to be honest with you, 2 years ago, I was like, this guy got it. I didn't know you at that time. I was like, this guy got it. I think you posted something about relationship. I thought it was really good. I said, if this guy sticks around for 2 years, I was doing my own thing.
Wow.
I said, if he sticks around for 2 years, that was just my number, sincerely.
Man, that's
I
deep.
said, he is it. I don't know. I think that's a gift I can identify. I was like, he. And then 2 years, I followed, seeing what do he actually do. See the tax business. I thought it was cool. But it really do matter who driving. I'm a firm believer of that.
Yeah.
I drive my own ship, and I take confidence in that. I know that my ship is fine. I have no questions, concern about it. But I'm excited to be on the ship. I'm like, all right, this guy drives. And then, because of that, I started paying attention to yourself, what you do. And I was like, oh, they acting up out here. So I'm excited. I got you. I'm confident, have no concerns about it. It's going to be big.
I like that though, that in your mind, there was this 2-year window
Yeah,
that, okay,
that was
can this
interesting.
person stay relevant for 2 years? Because there comes a point in time where relevancy is attached to quality.
Yeah.
And so
Consistency.
there's only a certain amount of time or a window that someone has on social media, whether they did do something
Yeah.
great, but can they consistently shoot
Consistent.
and make it every single time? And I will say with Don, like I was home on maternity leave watching him, and we have this competition between each other, like, babe, do your freaking best, because then that lights a fire up under me. I'm like, oh, you think you're gonna make more money than me?
Yeah.
You think your company's gonna be bigger than mine? But we're still on the same team. But
course.
it's this cool battle of like, can we be greater than the individuals who were beforehand?
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, there's one person who just consistently wins the game every single time. It's Don.
I'm going to circle back around and do or participate in whatever it is that he's doing. To me personally, in my mindset, it didn't really necessarily matter what it was. It was more so, again, that's the part one. The leader is consistent, So for me, that was big. Okay. Within the last 2 years, my personal life, I've been, grinding and making things work with my other franchise opportunity. And, I'm a man of my word. I so happen to circle back around at the time frame where I'm game planning, because like any other person, I'm sure, we're operating now, but we're thinking for 5 years from now.
Yeah.
I circle back around thinking 5 years from now, and I seen, well, I guess little this guy is still consistent, actually increased, got better. Obviously, I've been paying attention over the last 2 years, and I wanted to click in and pay attention to what exactly is his product, because I think on your page, if I'm not mistaken, it didn't really overly talk about it. It was just you as a brand.
Mm-hmm.
So I did my own, digging to see, okay, what is his, what is one of his avenues that he's a part of, and it so happened to be jumping jacks.
Yeah.
And let me swivel back over to you, Don. I think the individual who represents the company Jumping Jack Tax, it's so much more of a choice than someone who just has the finances or the ability to go ahead and run a business, that the franchisor has to make a sound decision on who he chooses to run one of the locations and offices. And so my question as a leader that has to oversee these franchises come from the ground up, especially the beginning when we're talking about building a foundation and a standard, my question is, what did you see in Jae that said, because it wasn't him just saying, I'm going to be the first. You had to make a choice. What was that defining moment for you?
Belief, experience, and talent. BET. First, I remember.
Can you repeat that? What did you say?
Belief, experience, and talent.
Okay.
BET. Not BET, like we are black owned, like, but you get it. So basically, I remember from the very first conversation that me and Jay had, he said, I have so much belief, not just in myself, like he has a massive amount of belief in himself. And he said that on the call. I got massive amount of belief in me, which he just said that here in the interview as well. And then he said, I have a massive amount of belief in you and in the Jumping Jack tax system. So everything about his aura was belief. And to me, in order to be successful in anything, let's just take the franchise element away from it. In order to be successful in anything, the first rule is belief. Like I'm talking about like an overwhelming amount of belief that you kind of like make other people uncomfortable in a sense where they're like, by the time I'm done sitting down with this guy, a little belief might rub off on me, you know? And he had that, and that was just from a Zoom call. Like I could just feel the belief in himself and then just in the brand. So it was like, okay, he has that covered. We need that because we can't spend each and every day, you know, motivating somebody every day. Like, hey, you got it today. Hey, tomorrow. Hey, you got it. Like we don't got time for that. You know, we got business to run. So belief, E is for experience. Again, and he'll talk about this, and he may not even have said it yet on the call on this video, is that he has 10 franchises right now, like 10 franchises. That's not easy in any way, shape, or form. By the way, you have to build an organization. You have to build an infrastructure. You have to be a great leader. You got to be responsible. So to even see your experience in having 10 franchises, that was a no-brainer in itself. I want to partner with individuals who are smart, educated, and just as good as me. You get what I'm saying? Because that's what's going to help us all win. It's a team effort, you know? So that experience was important. And by the way, if you're watching this, that's not to discourage you if you don't have franchises right now. Because you could be experienced in other areas. So you could be experienced in another business that you're in that's not a franchise. You could even be experienced in just in corporate America. And you reached a certain level in corporate America or have a level of experience in certain things that you're doing right now, but on a smaller level. You had experience with 10 franchises. That's a no-brainer.
You triggered something when you said that. That's another thing that goes into it. Like I said, the 2 years ago thing, you choose who your people are. So the reason that I think that personally I've, as a human, developed or reached levels of success is simply, you know, directly correlated to my team, right? So, and you hear everybody say that all the time, but when you kind of put it in perspective, it's true, right? So with that being said, for me, with this opportunity, it was like, I knew, hey, that's my kind of team, right?
Yeah.
So for me, it was easy for me to sink in. I have a concept that I live by, or a thought process of I'd rather be the worst of the best than the best of the worst. So it was very easy for me. Like, hey, I want to partner with someone that actually challenged me. You know, I know I can bring value. I know I can get that done. I know we hit a home run, but bigger than that, it's like let's participate and be a part of the team.
Yeah, love it. And the T is talent, of course. You can spot that from a mile away. Like when somebody is just talented, like just talented to the core, you spot it, you know, from the time, again, that I had the call with you, talented, you know, obviously, again, having 10 franchises, that just shows to me, your talent. The 10 franchises was just a reflection of the talent that you already had. Right. It's kind of like somebody who has money, right? Money is just the reflection of the talent and the skill and the discipline that they've had over a certain amount of years. And it's the reason why they're now compensated a certain way. So the talent was screaming. So all of those things combined of belief, experience, and talent, that makes in itself to have somebody as a great partner in growing in this franchise, because that's essentially what we're looking for.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the decision as well. So I think the world, not just your fans, the world wants to know, who are you choosing today?
You know, after long deliberation and just really thinking about it, I want to go with I just want to go with someone that feels natural to me, someone that feels like family, something that feels right. Believe it or not, it wasn't a hard decision. I'm just gonna go with Jumping Jack's Tax, baby.
Got my taxes jumping, now my bag coming with that major money, dripping blessings. That might buy a house for my mama, bad credit. Don't even sweat it, cause they'll repair it, ain't no question. They can.
First and foremost, Jay, congratulations. You got so many supporters that are out here in the crowd.
I'm excited, man.
And Jack, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. That's a cultural icon right there. Right. So, this contract, is an official obligation to your community to serve, to provide for your community in taxes, life insurance, financial literacy, to push us forward for the next 100 years.
It's my pleasure,
Here
baby.
it is.
Let's do it.
You are officially a Jumping Jack Tax franchisee. Let's go. In this moment, this contract being signed, the pledge being signed, it is official. How do you feel?
I'm excited. It's a dream come true. I felt like this moment, I was birthed for this moment, and you guys already feel like family to me. I feel like you're a distant cousin, or now we're cousins for life. So I'm excited to bring this bad boy home for the family.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Tax, got my taxes jumping, now my bag coming with that major money, dripping blessings. That might buy a house for my mama, bad credit. Don't even sweat it, cause they'll repair it, ain't no question. They can do it, it's a major money.